What up, everybody? It's your boy Evan, one half of MF Pearl. We got the other half sitting behind the camera, making sure that we rolling. But we using all the inputs today for our guest, boy. So unfortunately, David don't got a mic today. It's all good. He's still there. He loves y'all. He says, "Hey guys." But you know what it is? Every Wednesday, it ain't no different. Legends only in the building, live at MFHQ. Disclaimer. Live at MFHQ is in fact not recorded live. It's actually a pre-recorded program. This episode contains sexually explicit content, so feel free to do what you wish with that information. If you could be so kind of like, follow, and subscribe from me. We go a very long way. New episodes every Wednesday. Now back to the show. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today we got my newfound Anthony Shooters in the house. The beauty of creative opportunities is that they can lead to new ones that you didn't plan for. In this case, I was simply planning to go ahead and shoot an album cover, and yet I was fortunate enough to meet fellow podcasters within the El Paso and greater Frontera community. Continuing the mission of sharing stories across our home, they have a unique take as they go ahead and shine light on one of Frontera's smaller cities, Anthony, Texas. Don't get it confused with Anthony, New Mexico, boys. Hell nah. Covering unique ground and embracing the organic and natural growth of beginning a creative project. We already had a chance to speak deep about it, so we get to further the conversation here. It's an honor to be able to showcase their contributions to our grander community and share some good podcast banter because we can relate. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we have Michael, Johnny, and Rawlie, the hosts of the A-Town Talk podcast. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for having us,
man.
Hell of an intro, dude. I need to take notes.
You get down.
It's okay to write it a bit, guys.
Yeah.
It's okay.
True, huh?
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Noted.
I just started.
Take notes,
I just
Johnny.
started realizing that I can be a little bit more bigger with my words. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
a great freestyler, but nah, like. So
Take 5 minutes.
So
5
volume,
minutes.
yeah, volume 2. We started switching it up. How you boys doing?
Good, man.
Good, man. Good.
Chilling,
You
tired.
guys all came from work today?
Yeah.
Pretty much, dog. Pretty much, yeah.
You guys came from the gym though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much, dog. Worked and then gym and then headed over here, dog.
My boy got it done early.
He did.
I woke up early.
He did.
2-mile run, quick 20 minutes.
2 miles in 20 minutes, dog?
Yeah. Well,
Okay. No, that's all good,
my,
man.
my
Hey.
calf is still messed up.
Oh, that's
early.
Right. That's
I
right.
don't know.
I was
Not
like,
early in
I was
the day.
pushing it though.
You're still waking up.
Yeah. I finished right before it started pouring though.
Oh,
It started raining, so it was like I finished just in time.
true.
My boys, for our audience, I don't know if you guys want to just freestyle it in terms of who's speaking, but can we go ahead and get a proper introduction of the A-Town Talk podcast, the mission of it?
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and do it. We are A-Town Talk, a small local podcast from Anthony, Texas. Thanks for making that clear, Texas.
Hell yeah.
Nothing against New Mexico, but we're just, superior. But yeah, we started this journey 8 months now, right in January. Our goal, our mission is just to highlight the community. Mainly Anthony. It's a small town, but there's a lot of talent out there, and we just want to show it. We don't stop at Anthony. We feel like we're all part of El Paso as well, so we expanded, and that's what we're doing, man.
Hey, Wet and Wild, brother.
Wet and wild.
Anthony's,
Wet and wild, dog.
Anthony's here,
Yeah.
man. It's interconnected.
Yeah.
It's interconnected. I didn't get a chance to ask questions in return, but this is our chance now.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. Yeah.
I guess the podcast begins. Has it always been this three of the team? I know that we're missing Booby.
Yeah. So it started with me and Booby back in January. We shot 17 episodes before you guys. When did you guys come
15.
on? 15. We shot probably 2 months, 3 months before these guys came on board.
It's a lot of episodes in 2 months.
Yeah. We do
Hustle.
every week. A-Town Talk, new episode every week. Tune in. And yeah, these guys came in about episode 15, and they've been a part of it ever since. They've been my boys for longer than that. One day, homeboy Booby couldn't make it in, and we had just finished the gym session. I'm like, hey, you guys want to go shoot a pod? And they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. And the rest is history. They passed the test, and it's been us since then. Booby comes and goes because he is a sheriff for El Paso County. So man's got a family. He's got to protect the streets. So he was gonna try to make it tonight, but he couldn't get out on time. He's still out there grinding right now, filling out paperwork and all that stuff. So shout out Booby.
Shout out Booby. Rawlie, Michael,
What's up, dog?
my boys. When you guys get first asked, is this something that you were like immediately down for, or was there even like the slightest bit where you're like, I don't know, dude?
So the funny thing is, we had known that this dude was doing a podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because he'd come into the gym and he'd be like, "Hey guys, like I think I'm gonna start a podcast." And we're like, "All right, that's cool."
That was like late December.
Yeah, exactly. And we're like, "All right, that's cool, whatever, dog." And then he would come back and he'd be like, "Hey guys, I got like a mic, I got this and I got that." Like we're like, "All right, cool, dog." You know what I'm saying? So we had already knew eventually at some point, like maybe we would end up on it or something, you know. So when he asked us, I was like, "All right, yeah, you know, let's do
Yeah.
it."
How are you feeling about it?
So it was nerve wracking for me, honestly.
Oh really?
Like
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty quiet or like or shy or whatever, so it was just a little bit more for me to like actually start speaking out like this. You know, it's a whole different environment
Yeah.
rather than like being social out
Yeah.
in public. You know, but nah, it's growing on me, I guess.
Okay. I was about to ask, are you cozy as fuck now, or you still got to
it's-
process?
It's still a process, you know,
Yeah,
because I'm still quiet. You know, the drink's out, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just me, you know.
Got to bust out more cans for you. Get you warmed
Honestly.
up.
We got a limit, Raleigh. Remember?
Oh yeah.
6 is my limit.
6 is the limit.
Let's talk about how far the team goes back beyond outside of the podcast. Do you guys go back to like school or anything like that?
Fucking Anthony, dog.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are all in the come up together then.
Yep,
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
we
More
we're
or
all
less though, but
we're all separate grades, and we didn't really talk back in high school. So you're the oldest.
Barely, but
You
yeah.
graduated in what? 2008,
Eight.
yeah, I was 09.
9, and I was 11. So we all went to school together. Small town. Everybody knows each other.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, even though we didn't hang out, like we knew each other.
Yeah.
Like somehow, some way.
And we got acquainted through a mutual friend of ours, Louis, who's also one of the gym bros. He's camera shy, so he doesn't really come on very often. And through him is where we really started getting to know each other, and now we just kind of pushed him out of the way, and it's just us now.
Yep.
Yeah, New York really bonded us.
Yeah.
These last couple
Oh,
of
dude,
years.
yeah. What was the purpose behind that? Just you guys all saved up for it, or was there a specific thing that was there? What was like the plan that
Originally,
started it?
These two guys with Louis and stuff went to New York the first time back in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
and then I ended up going
a
with
different
Johnny
time.
and Louis and stuff.
a whole
back
different planet.
in
Yeah,
20
dude.
Yeah.
22.
Crazy.
Yeah, we went back in 22.
Yeah, we went back in 22, and then
We went back this year.
in July we all three of us were able to go.
But with all the context of like a creative project that you guys are working on now.
No, man, it's just vacationing, really. Yeah, we just.
No, I'm just saying like now you guys have this
Oh yeah,
yeah.
amongst your discussions and everything while you're just out there.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
We're always just like, oh, we should do this on the pod. We should do that.
We
Yeah,
even shot an episode out there.
We shot an
Yeah.
episode out of New York.
Like 4 a.m, we're all trashed, and
that's
yeah.
good.
We weren't all trash,
I was trashed.
but it was late. We were getting back from the bar by like 3, and we just started setting stuff up. And by the time we started recording, it was like 4:30.
Yeah.
We did like a good hour and a half, maybe 2.
This was after a full night of karaoke.
Yeah, we went hard karaoke that Sunday night prior.
My karaoke song is Roses by Outkast.
Awesome.
Oh
Good.
It
shit.
gets down.
Oh yeah, dog. We
Yeah.
gotta go fucking do karaoke.
Johnny's is
I get to
creep.
say like you a crazy bitch like I think like 50 times at the end. He just says it, dude. You know. So at New York, I know that you clarified right now that it was just vacation.
Yeah.
And true, you know. But at the same time, it made me want to know. At this point, we're in August now, about to be September, and you guys started at the beginning of the year. How much are you thinking about the podcast now on your day to day? Like, how much is it now ingrained? You get what I'm saying?
All day, dog.
It's insane, dude.
All day.
All day.
Yeah.
Like it's another job for me, basically. Like
You're committed now?
yeah,
You're
dude.
in?
Like even when I don't want to think about it, I'm like, oh, this would be good for the pod. Like you know,
Yeah.
like shit, it's crazy, man.
Shh, I see you busting out the research sometimes.
I try, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've evolved, man. We're very, whenever we shoot our episodes, we try to just riff off each other and stuff like that. We'll have like bullets and outlines of stuff that we want to cover, but we like to improvise a lot, and I think that makes great context for us. And just working off our chemistry, I think we got pretty good chemistry with each other, and
Oddly.
yeah, because we're very different three very different individuals, but somehow when you put us together in a room, it works out.
Yeah.
And we like hanging out with each
Dude.
other. It's fucking like,
No,
dog,
not-
I see
not-
you at
not
the gym. Like, I see you at the gym all the fucking time, bro. Like, you know, you think we get tired of each other, but I don't know, dog.
No,
So-
we always have something to talk about, which is cool.
Before jumping on the pod, then about like 15 or so episodes in, you guys are pretty much spending all your time together, just always locked in at the gym. Is
Yeah.
that how you guys mainly spend?
Yeah,
Is this
our
how you guys
time-
mainly
yeah,
come together a lot?
Yeah.
3-4 times a week.
Damn, I was telling y'all at A Town
Yeah.
that I was like, dude, I wonder how our conversations would be if like I was gymming with like one of the MF team members, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So what is that like, being able to combine that? We didn't really get to dive too deep, but what's it like being able to combine personal goals and simultaneously be, I don't know, I'm sure your guys' like banter while you guys are in between sets is leans towards the pod some sort, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it definitely helps to have people with you trying to achieve the same goal. I know when I first started it was just me and Booby, and a lot of the time it was just us two thinking about the content, and just it's harder, you know, and you have to, there's a lot more weight on your shoulders, and now that there's more of us, we get to distribute that weight around and even just shoot ideas. One of our previous guests, Stephanie from the Cactus Flower Bookery bookstore, that was Olivas. He's the one that got her in, and that was pretty cool because up to that point, I had gotten like 90% of our guests, like 99% of the guests. So it's cool just being able to rely on that and even just, share the workload, which is nice because, without a team, man, it's so much harder. I'm sure you know.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hell
And,
yeah.
and even now we've kind of, given each other more responsibilities. Like Rawlie handles our TikTok. Olivas does a lot of like the writing for like our interviews and stuff like that. He'll shoot us notes before. And yeah, it's awesome, man. I like it. It's like we're getting to do what we love with our boys, which is the coolest
Hell
part
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, for real.
How do you go about, I guess, prepping for an interview? What's your process look like?
I mean, my thing is just to try to. It's not in my mind. It's like it's not an interview. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to
for
make
sure.
it an interview.
Conversations.
I just want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what do I find interesting about this person? What do I want to know about this person? Like on a personal level, I don't want to be like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to know the person, who they are. So that's just kind of how I approach it, and then all the questions just come from that angle.
I get you.
Yeah.
What happens though? Well, do you guys also do your own like research?
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
assume. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think it's a one man job, of course.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I guess we all have our different perspectives on it. I mean,
Yeah.
I did, like when we had you on, I was still watching your videos, seeing what you were about, and like I wanted to ask you questions regarding the music and like personal life, which we actually discussed as well. You know, so I don't know, it just came into play, and I was able to like, we all asked questions that I had written down like without even really looking at them. So
Okay.
I mean, we still got the job done. You know.
Yeah, that's good. What happens though? Let's be honest. What happens when you're just kind of like really trying to pull the best content out of a guest in terms of like your research process, and you're just like, damn, like, what am I gonna ask? Has there been times when you guys are stumped on this at all? It's a lot of episodes already. Don't tell me you're perfect, Johnny.
I'm pretty close to it. Just kidding. No, man, and I think that's where having multiple like co-host helps out, because if I get stuck or I forget, because I do forget a lot of shit all the time.
Yeah.
One of these guys will jump in with a question, and then we can circle back around.
Nice.
So it helps having them. If I didn't have them, I'm pretty sure I would have more of those moments and a lot more awkward pauses. But due to having these guys, they're essentially getting my back. We've avoided that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like I don't think we've hit that point yet.
No.
Because
Nice.
someone will always jump in with something dumb or.
And it's gotten better the more episodes we've like gone through, because at first when we started having guests, we'd kind of run out of things to like talk about, and then like me and Michael start bashing on each other
Yeah.
like, for no reason, you know.
Which is fine, you know.
Resort to shit talking. That always helps.
That loosens it up, and then we start another conversation from that, you know.
So then, outside of just keeping the flow, I wouldn't call that a speed bump. I'd call this a process throughout the whole time. What does a current and I use this in a positive way. What is the current like challenge, hurdle, speed bump, opportunity for growth look like for you guys like right now? What's that thing that you guys want to maybe knock off on your like checklist or milestones in terms of symbols of growth? Does that make sense? Was that too deep at the end?
No,
Symbols
no,
of
no.
growth?
I
makes
get you,
sense.
get you. I think for us, the channel, the goal has been to hit like that subscriber count. So we're trying to get to that 500 subscriber by the end of the year.
Where are you guys at?
340,
40
Let's
something.
go.
40 something.
I think we hit 300 while we were in New York too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We hit it that one night. We were like a couple of
I
subscribers.
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were all drunk,
That's
and we're
funny,
like,
'cause that
everybody
shit was-
subscribe.
that shit was like at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of our benchmark. But I think beyond that, because at the end of the day, that's just a number. What we're trying to go for is just elevated content. Like, we don't want to just put out episodes for the sake of putting out and hitting a goal. The stuff that we put out, we really want to pour our heart and soul into it, and our quality has been elevating. If you watch like our first couple episodes, our camera quality is shit, and ever since we've evolved, we've put more production value into it, and I think at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to go for. We're trying to make it look as entertaining as possible, really.
Yeah, and one of the hard things right now, I think, for us is like just time. You know what I'm saying? Because we all kind of had weird jobs where like our schedule's not 100% set in place, and then plus we have to like work around the schedule of the guest, and we got to do things over here or over there. So it's kind of hard to like really find the time because we want to do a lot of shit. I know we do. We have like ideas coming and going back and forth. Like we should do this, we should do that. It's just finding the time. Also, that's tough.
I guess for me, it's just keep bringing in a good quality of guest, honestly, because that's what's making this pod better as we keep growing, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know, these last couple episodes that we've had, I mean, our guests have been great. That was including you. That was a good
thank you.
podcast, you know.
Shout out
You
group
guys are,
folks.
thank you.
Yeah, for
You guys are starting to feel a shift, maybe.
For sure.
There's gonna be like shifts
Yeah,
of just like
definitely.
growth. They grow in different directions,
Yeah.
and different areas start to improve. You know,
Oddly, yeah.
you don't necessarily improve in all sections at the same time.
Yeah. But oddly, recently,
Little
we've
by
all
little.
kind of been like, oh shit, like this is changing for the
Hell yeah.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you, Rawlie. How strategic are you when you're doing the TikTok? Because that's one thing that we've honestly slept on the whole time.
Honestly, I don't put a lot of effort into it.
Do you think having it helps, or do you think you? Can
Yeah,
just
for sure. But
let it off?
as of right now, I think we have to put on out our own content that's other than just like the clips and the reels that
Yeah.
we've been putting out. You know, we got to start doing our own thing or whatever's like trending on TikTok, which is kind of difficult for me because like I'm not a TikTok person per se, but like I'll catch myself seeing reels, but it's the same thing, like people posting the same song in the background and just doing little things like that. That's something that we could jump on. But then again, it's like all of us have to have the time for it, like to actually do it, you know, because we have the ideas back and forth to like do it, but to actually do it, it's just a different story, you know. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to do more shit like that.
Yeah, but it kind of like it goes back to like what are we, truly passionate about? And I think first and foremost it's the pod. You know what I'm saying? And then sort of TikTok. It's because TikTok is such a crapshoot, dude. Like we have like banger clips that we know are good, and then they'll get like fucking 10 views. Like what the fuck? What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know.
We did try doing like a sketch where we were in New York. We haven't released it yet.
Oh yeah.
It's we think it's funny.
yeah.
We think it's funny, but
Hilarious
people
to
might
us.
just think it's dumb. But we've tried stuff like
You guys
that.
drunk for this one too?
No,
No.
Okay.
No, we shot it. It's basically like a vlog, and then we did like The Office, how they do like the camera interviews. We
Yeah,
did
they're
like
aware. Oh, okay.
we did like camera interviews throughout, and we were just basically
Making shit up on the spot.
yeah, just like
It's just
Hey.
like hyper versions of our
West Coast
personas.
sketch.
And this guy ran through one of the streets like shirtless and stuff.
yeah.
So we'll probably put that out soon.
it was a good time.
Yeah.
Is that how you guys envision the expanded content, or do you like when you guys say adding more earlier when you had mentioned? I paraphrased that, but do you feel like when you mean more content, getting more out, it's improving and maybe increasing the volume of the pod, or just like that, like adding sketches? Like, what would you prioritize first?
I would say the pod. and
So
probably
you could keep it weekly, you know?
yeah,
And then fit in the new sketch.
yeah.
And that still gives you the chance to keep refining the pod.
Honestly, that's not even a thing that I've thought about. Like doing more sketches.
We're doing more sketches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or any
Good.
other like lanes of extra content. I was just trying to see what you meant by that a little bit more.
So as far as just extra content, I think it's just the way I see it is like our pod. Now we've done it in a few episodes where we have like almost like a B-roll before it.
Oh yeah,
Like a
yeah.
little. We did that with the bookstore one, with the barber, with the craft. Where like I'm getting a haircut and we kind of just behind the scenes stuff like that.
But we could do more sketches.
We
like,
could.
We,
The sketch stuff is something that it's there.
yeah.
We haven't released it yet, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe once we release it, and depending on how people receive it, that'll really like guide us towards it. But
Yeah, I honestly think something as little as that once a week or something
mhm.
would help. You
We
know,
could
'cause
keep
it's
that
still-
story going. That fucking.
Oh, that too.
You know what I'm
That'd be
saying?
so
Yeah.
killer, bro. That'd be so killer.
At least just to put something out where it makes us stand out individually. You know,
Yeah.
at some point. You know, just to get a different taste of our personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're three very different people. It's funny because we're like a spectrum. Rawlie's like the most introverted. He's kind of like at the lower end. I'm like the neutral one, and then like Michael's like way out there.
I'm not. Wait,
You're out there.
I'm not out there.
You're pretty out there.
Hey, is this yours? Can I have this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let me know if you guys ever need refills, by the way.
Yeah, shout out our boy Sal, makes all of our merch. Cool dude.
That's crazy, man. Like just already being on top of that stuff.
Yeah, dude, that was something that surprised me too. Like he just came out and he's like, "Yo, I got merch." I'm like, "Bro, you have like 20 subscribers." That's you know what I'm saying? I was like, "Damn, that's great, but that's smart. It's smart."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was good stuff too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we did the same thing. We dropped some shirts like super early on. And I mean, we used it in a way where it's like the first 150, 147 people to follow us will get the
nice.
shirt.
Nice.
So it was like
Okay.
a little giveaway.
Oh, that's way smarter than us, dude. I was just giving them away to everybody. It's like, you watch the pod, you get a koozie.
Yeah.
You get a koozie.
Oh, we would do the same. Hell yeah. I mean, you followed us, you get a shirt.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, you do this simple little thing. Like,
We
You
should
know
do
who I
something
am.
for them, like commenting on it,
Yeah.
like some funny comments. Just we'll throw out a free shirt.
oh, yeah,
giveaway.
man. We're trying to perfect that. Like, we're trying to perfect the art of incentivized engagement.
Yeah.
Because I want to do it in a creative way. You know what I mean? I really want to change the game, give something people a fresh take on that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what does your guys' day-to-day look like outside of the pod too? Because we were talking about trying to balance it in. Like, what exactly are you balancing with it?
Yeah, dude. I mean, especially now because we got the stupid challenge going.
Oh yeah, you gotta work out.
Day 27.
We have to work out, dog. We have a stupid challenge. If you guys watch.
Not stupid at all.
Oh yeah.
No,
it's
not at
it's
all.
just annoying, dude. Because like, fuck, I gotta
Yeah.
work out. But we have this challenge where we have to work out every day for the month of August, and if we don't, it's 4 of us. And if we don't, that person has to pay everyone $20.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's like $60 per
It's
day.
$60
that you don't work out.
Yeah.
Damn.
yeah, exactly. So we're like, fuck. All right, I gotta work out.
Yeah.
So,
Anybody missed a day yet?
Questionable. We're gonna
Nope.
leave it up to our subscribers to define his fate. And maybe we get your input on it. All right. So this guy worked out at 1 a.m.
Oh, like it was ending his day.
It was ending his day.
Not starting the other one.
Exactly.
Oh,
I said enough.
there you go, dog.
Oh, it doesn't.
There you go.
No, that's
I'm saying
started
it
in the
doesn't.
new.
I'm arguing him. I already impulsively want to say it doesn't count because it's taking place when you're ending your day. I understand it's 1 a.m., but like you're ending your day.
Exactly. It's the last thing I did that day.
He says,
Oh,
"Oh, I was
trying
still
to see
awake."
if it counts. Or you're trying to see
Yeah,
if it counts.
if
Oh
it
no, I
counted.
count it.
You count it, right?
Sorry. I thought you ended the day with the 1 a.m. workout.
Oh, and then it's
And then you just completely skipped the next day.
Right,
And
right.
already said you worked out at 1.
no, he did. He did. He basically did.
So
two-
you didn't work out all day, and then 1 a.m. was there, and you still hit 1 later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna count it.
And then he still ended up like going to the gym like at 5, 6 o'clock that same day.
Yes.
Dog.
Yes.
That's what I call it.
I was
Dog.
fucking tired, dog.
He's got it. Did you pay?
No.
Okay.
No, it's up in debate right now. It's like
Okay, got you,
50-50.
got you. What day was this? Which one was this? Like 20 or something?
Like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Damn,
was
early.
early on.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah. But I had a good reason.
Why?
I'm a dad,
Okay.
and that particular day, my son had napped like later in the day, so which means he wouldn't go to bed till later in the day, you know. So it was like 11 when he finally went to bed. So it was
You still have 1 hour.
fuck. I said it was like 11. I don't remember the time. Like 11:45. I don't know. And then so yeah, that's what happened. He went to bed late, and then I was like, nah, I gotta go do this. So I went and ran.
That's what I told you, dude. Get rid of that kid already. Dude. You don't need him in your life.
I can't afford him anymore.
So, but you, Johnny, what does your day look like on the outside? Oh, well, hold on. Well, like, what are you balancing with your career and everything?
All right. Okay. So I got a like a regular 9 to 5 dog Monday through
Is
Friday.
it consistent though?
Monday through Friday.
So it's something that like it's in the way, not in the way in a bad way, but like it takes up a chunk, but it's consistent.
Yeah. So which is nice, you know what I mean? Because it could be I have to fucking work Saturdays or something, like, which is how I used to be, like my old schedule, which is not the case anymore. So it's dope. Monday through Friday, like I'm grateful for that. It's dope, but you know it's a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every time I get off work, like
Launchpad.
right, and then it's the fucking gym, and then like I said, I'm a dad, so it's like, you know, when the fuck do we do this? You know, homework, school. There you go. That too.
Damn, I forgot you were in school.
I know, me
Yeah.
too. For a second, I got homework due. Shit.
Drop out.
We're
Get
gonna
your
s-
kid. You'll be good, dude.
Where are you going to school at?
UTEP.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
In person, or are you doing like a lot of online stuff?
Online right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
You-
still takes up a lot of time, dog. 'Cause,
Oh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't take away from like being a student, regardless.
yeah, I was, cause I thought it was gonna be easier. Oh, it's just online. Like, nope, it's fucking hours a week.
What are you doing? What are you going for?
Cybersecurity.
Ah,
Yeah.
what does that fall under? Like an engineering sort of thing, or like a
Like computer
Computer science.
programming, computer fucking
Computer
science.
science.
Yeah.
So, but you, Johnny?
I dropped out of college like 6 years ago. Some shit like that. Yeah.
I'm asking about what's on your plate.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck school. I work retail, dog. I'm a manager for an Adidas store here at the outlet.
There we go.
So if you guys hit me up, I'm just kidding now.
What does that look like? Though? Are you able to balance out that with like is that a consistent schedule? Or
No,
do you
man,
kinda have it
that's-
rotate?
That's the downside to retail, that I don't have it's not a 9 to 5. My schedule changes every week. So, yeah, I don't have a set schedule. It's just I have my schedule in advance, which helps because then I plan off of that. But yeah, it would be a lot easier if I had like a consistent routine to it. But I like it because there's days where like I have weekdays off. Like I'll have like a Monday or like a Wednesday, which comes in clutch because we usually shoot like either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday for the pod. But yeah, it's very inconsistent. So it does bring in some trouble, and then I do all the editing for our pod, so that takes up like the rest of my time. If I'm not at work, I'm not at the gym, I'm
Right on.
editing, or I'm shooting episodes. Yeah, it's a full-time job, man.
It's a grind.
Yeah.
And then Rawlie, it's surgical tech.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna assume that ain't consistent. Like it's you got your full time, but it's like I assume any medical thing is fucking crazy.
Well, my schedule said I work 3/12s, so I'm still off.
3/12, you do 12-hour shit.
Yeah, so I'm off 2 days out of the week,
Damn,
and then
it's half a day.
Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays I could be on call. So it just varies. That's the only thing that's kind of inconsistent for me
Yeah.
is being on call, and that I can't stand being on call. But-
What's the intensity of that? Like, what are you doing in that?
It depends. Like today, we did like a patient had a broken radius, their radial bone, so we just had to open up and put like a plate in there, and then we did like 2 hemi hip replacements, dude. So there's like half a total hip replacement. So those are kind of intense.
So if like a surgeon needs like a scalpel,
Yeah, and passing that stuff and getting all the instruments, like passing them off, setting up stuff in the back.
sterilized.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell, sterilized.
Yeah.
What kind of alcohol do you guys use? Some serious shit?
No, not really.
Okay.
Basic stuff, honestly, just like higher concentrated.
Dude, I was in a
Very clear.
hospital one time. And I stepped on a nail, bro, and it hit me in the foot, and I didn't say nothing. I could have caught a bag, bro.
Good up,
Yeah.
dog.
I'm so stupid. I should have just fallen on the floor, dude.
My
Man, I was there because I had gotten like a kidney stone, dude.
Yeah.
And I was so
Oh.
pissed, bro, because my whole life I got scared out of kidney stones, right?
It's like a genetic thing with
I
you.
don't know. I was supposed to give it back to them after I peed it out. And
No.
I didn't.
I don't know. That's why you gotta drink your water though. Honestly.
Dude, that's the problem.
Fuck.
Is I drank my water. And my uncle scared me into like out of drinking soda,
Mm-hmm.
and I still got the kidney stone. So I was like, "Fuck that! I'm drinking soda like for the future." So now,
I guess it also depends on like on your diet, because if you have like a high intake of like sodium, that also
dude, I salted
helps
everything,
too,
dude.
you know?
I-
Really?
Probably another reason
So,
too.
Yeah.
what the fuck are kidney stones? Are
It's just calcified
like salt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much, honestly.
You
Really?
have to pee them out, dude. It's fucking pain.
You know, women have told me that's worse than pregnancy. The pain, and then it's tolerable at times, but then the guys are just like wussies about it.
Wait.
Dude, I was a wuss, bro. David relieved me from work when we were at Target Optical. I was on the floor when he got there, bro. I was in the back of the break room, and I'm like, dude, I can't get up. And I wasn't peeing it out. Honestly, wasn't that bad, but I guess it was passing through like.
Yeah, that's the
I
only
don't know what
time.
it was.
Like sometimes they're like big enough where you're just not gonna be able to pass it. So it's called hydronephrosis. Like it's just causing a blockage. So urine's really not like flowing to the ureter into your bladder, so you can like pee it out.
Hold on.
That shit hurt, bro.
So this is a fucking thing of salt.
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
in your kidneys,
Yeah.
and it fucking passes through your shit, and then you pee it out.
It was like that big.
Not all the time. So if you can't pee it out, then you require like minimal surgery. It's still surgery because they put you out, but then they just go with the camera and stuff and like a laser, and they could like break it up that way.
that came out of me.
Fuck.
It was sharp.
How do you
Like a little grain of salt.
how do you pee it out, or what? You just
Well, I kind of
penis,
felt
dog. What do you
I
mean?
kind of felt it like that morning, dude. I was like, oh, dude, I think this is the day.
You were aware that you had it?
Yeah. I went to
Dang.
the hospital for it and everything because like I was like, dude, what's going on? Like I never had this pain before. Like never. Like I can't tell you guys how bad it was, bro. So my parents didn't know, so they just had me take me to the hospital, and they told me I had a kidney stone, and so it was there for like months, dude.
Oh wow.
It was there for a minute, just chilling, and then when I finally had to pee it out that day, I was like struggling to pee, but my boss at that time went ahead and told me because we were at Target, so go to the over the counter, get this one thing that's like a lot of girls will get for like UTIs and shit.
Oh,
like that.
azo.
I guess it makes your pee orange, dude.
Yeah, it's called azo.
And it makes you pee though, dude. That thing it was like, just popped right out, bro. Easy money. And the doctor said like, yo, if you can get it, so I was like, so I just got it real quick and I put it in a little Ziploc and I just went back to work.
I just picture you like when women are about to have their baby and they're having contractions.
I sat down for
You're like,
this one.
David, today's the day, David. Get the bag ready, David.
Dude, I stood up for that one. I was like, I'm gonna defeat this dude. I'm gonna defeat this one. But nah, dude, that shit was crazy, man. That was the last time but that's what I was at the hospital for. Like, dude, I'm in pain over here, bro. They've kept me waiting for like 2 hours, dude. No painkillers, no nothing. I'm just in pain for 2 hours waiting. And then at the very end, when I'm about to start getting help, like, I step on a nail, dude. And I just don't say nothing. I just don't say
Damn, you
anything.
should.
fuck,
I
dog.
could be a millionaire right now.
Yeah.
And I would not be doing this podcast.
I'll be doing this.
Yeah, you're right.
Nah, just fucking around, man. Just fucking around. What kind of do you need a specific education, or
No,
can you
not
have
really.
a certain medical one that just kind of qualifies you for surgical tech?
The way I got into it, I was working at the hospital already, and then that hospital that I work for offers like an internship program.
Okay.
So you just have to apply for it, and I applied for it twice. The first time I didn't get in, and then the second time I did, and that kind of just opened the door for me to do this. And that it was almost practically like school because the program itself was an entire year, and it was like still book work, and then we finished the book stuff, and then we ended up going into the OR to do our clinical portion of it, and we had to like scrub like 150 cases of all sorts of specialties in order for us to qualify to take our certification exam.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kept us busy.
Damn. Yo, Johnny,
Yes, sir.
how does the process look like as you're contemplating starting this pod? You tell your friends, you tell your homies about it, but how long did it take for you to start buying gear? You know, what does that process look like?
Well, step one is get your heart broken.
Ah.
Check.
Yeah,
Check.
For chill, dog. That shit
which is
funny,
crazy,
dog.
man. Pulling up here, I was freaking getting PTSD. But yeah, no, you know what? It was. I went through a rough year. It wasn't just that; it was several other things.
This is this past 2023.
It was in 20. It was like 2022.
Okay.
2022 going on 2023. That whole year was just a lot of life-changing events for me. And I got to the point where I was kind of bored of my everyday life, and I've had this idea of a podcast for a while. I've just never really like had the balls to do it, right? So I was at the point where like I'm just gonna start it, man. And I took a trip. I had taken a trip with my homie Booby, and the whole time we were talking nonstop, me and him. So when I thought about a podcast, I'm like, who would I start one with? I'm like, my boy Booby, because we just drove like 3 hours and we talked nonstop, and it was like the greatest time of my life. So I hit him up just randomly one day. I'm like, hey, like, do you want to start a pod? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. I'll start looking into it. So go on to YouTube, start looking up, you know, how to start a podcast, and went through all of
course.
bunch of fucking videos, dude. And just little by little started getting equipment here or there. And I would say the first day that we recorded was probably like one of the scariest days. Like it was super nerve-wracking. I don't know if you remember your first day ever being on front of a camera. Yeah, it was weird, man. Like all of a sudden I was like I was like excited and pumped, and then like once we turned on the camera and we sat down, we hit that record button, like the nerves just took over, and I was just like
EBGBs.
yeah, dude, it was crazy. So if you look at that first episode, the first like 15, 20 minutes were just like nervous, and looking back at it now, I think it's hilarious. But that was kind of just that leap of faith, and I'm super grateful that my homeboy Booby was able to just take that with me, because that just set us off on that path. And a lot of the things that was stopping me at first is thinking, you know, what are people going to think about it? Like people are thinking I'm dumb or I'm corny or whatever. Mm-hmm. And you start battling those insecurities, you know. But the second we launched that first episode, like the feedback like right away was positive, and everybody was like, oh, cool. I mean, there's never been a podcast in Anthony, so everybody was like, oh, fuck yeah, we probably got something to watch or something. But after that, it was cool, man, and it's been I haven't looked back after that. I'm just like, yeah, just full steam ahead. It's been dope.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing to fucking battle against, huh? Like that. What are people gonna think? You know what I'm saying? And it's like half the time, or the majority of the time, people don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? People are so caught up in how they look or how they appear to other people that they don't have time to be fucking, you know, judging other people or looking at other people. Oh, you're doing this, you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're so caught up in how they look. So it's like, it's kind of like a lesson, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're afraid to do something because you're like, you don't know how you're going to look, like just fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Just fucking do it.
Yeah, just fucking do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Fucking Shia LaBeouf or what?
Yeah. That's what I was going for. You hit it on the head, brother.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, yeah, and then every episode is honestly just like a repetition on overcoming that again and just getting more comfortable.
Yeah, no, honestly, after that first one, it was like I felt good. I felt warm. The thing is, we shot 2 episodes back to back, and that's how we shot for the first couple of episodes. For the same reason that my homie Booby, he, you know, I'm limited with the time I get with him. So first we were doing 1 hour episodes, and we would shoot them back to back. And I think that first 2, I just told him like, hey, bring an extra shirt, and we'll just switch shirts for the next one. That way it looks like it's not the same one.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, there you go. Little Hollywood secret right there. So we shot the first, damn, dude, probably like 10 episodes like that. It was all back to back. And we were doing an hour then. But I don't know at what point, somehow we just went longer. And I don't even know which one was the first 2-hour episode. And after that, it just felt better. Like conversations didn't feel as rushed. And
It was with the soccer guy.
probably, huh? Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like now we do about 2 hours every time, and sometimes we finish the 2 hours and we're like, that was it. Like we can go another hour, but then you have to edit it, and nah, man. Yeah, he knows what's up. He knows what's up.
Man, just edited a 3-hour episode, bro.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
like, you guys have an hour, by the way.
He just turns off the cameras. Yeah. Oh shit, they ran out of battery.
Liar. I don't know how we didn't run out of memory on those, man. That shit was a long ass one.
What do you have, the 250 gigs on them, or what do you got?
128.
128?
When they told me they had the 256, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And the cameras that they have don't stop at the 30-minute mark. Sony's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sony's, man.
Yeah.
Can't
But they're big ass files, dude, like 90 gig files. Yeah.
can't get me. I'm Canon.
Yeah.
Canon is talk.
I have a Canon, and I love the color. There, you can definitely tell the difference between a Sony and a Canon. I love the color of the Canons for sure.
How do you guys evolve selecting your guys' guests? I know that there's not one particular similarity amongst them all, but what's the underlying one? You get what I mean?
As long as they say yes, dog. Just kidding.
Nah, for me, it's just they have interesting.
Yeah.
To be interesting, something I'm interested in naturally. You know,
And then
what I'm saying?
and then what's your goal to like get for the audience? Like, what are you guys trying to accomplish for them? You get what I'm saying?
It's kind of like, we think they're cool. Let's show you why we think they're cool.
Yeah, I don't really, to be honest, I don't know how Johnny feels or Rawlie, but to be honest, I don't really care about the audience. Like, I'm not like trying to put myself in there. I'm like, what's interesting to me? You know what I'm saying? Because if it's interesting to me, chances are it's gonna be interesting to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm interested in it.
Yeah, I get exactly
make
what you're
sense?
saying. Yes,
Like
absolutely.
my passion, hopefully, will go through, and other people will be like, yeah, this is cool.
Dude, this is what we were talking about like restricting genres.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? With
Yes.
Midnight. So, yeah, I mean, are you guys open with each other and honest the moment? Do you guys ever have suggestions where you guys might just be like, nah, and then you guys shut it down? Has that happened?
All the time.
Okay. Thank you. Yes. Hey.
Never fails.
Look at
Johnny will be like, this is nah, dude. That's stupid.
Yeah. We've had a few.
It's kind of hard though, cause Johnny would like get hit up of like just random people. Like, oh, I want to be on your pod.
Oh, okay, and how do you guys navigate that? Yeah.
Well, like, at first, I was saying yes to almost everyone just because I was excited that people were excited about it and wanted to be on. So I had I want to say random people, but we've had several episodes like that, and they end up being fine, like perfect. Actually, some of them have surpassed like my initial thoughts. Where like I'm like, I don't know about this one, but
They're your sleepers?
Yeah,
Your
they were
sleeper
sleepers.
bangers?
So it's made me think about it. So for one, it goes back to when I first started talking to Booby about the podcast, and I asked him like, "Why do you want to do this podcast?" And one of the first things he said was, "He's like, I got a story to tell," and that always stuck. Like it's I've kept that in mind. So when I see people, I feel like everybody's got a story to tell. It's just up to us to figure out a way of projecting that onto the camera, right? And as far as selective as I want to be, sometimes I'm like, well, maybe there's a story there, maybe there's a different angle we can take at it. So, yeah, there's still people that are like waiting on us to be on, and a lot of it is like local people because I want to keep doing that. I want to keep highlighting the people from our town, people that we went to school with and stuff like that. Because I feel like that's been the heart and soul of our podcast. And as much as I want to go for some people that are more known, like influencer type stuff like that, sometimes I feel like we got to just stick to home and prioritize that. But yeah, we're really, at this point, it's just about if it feels right for us, then we'll do it. Short answer.
I feel like it's nice to have a different variety of people, and like as we continue to grow, we still want to expand more towards El Paso and eventually more towards Cruces. I don't think we've had anybody that's from Cruces.
No, we're a little iffy on New Mexico, but
Yeah.
maybe.
But still, I mean,
They don't count.
there's still plenty to do out there and interesting people,
They got dispensaries.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
That's true.
They got that going for them.
Yep.
They sure do.
But it's funny. Just the other day, I had a dude I had gone to high school with. He's like, "Hey man, like when can I get on your pod?" I'm like, what makes you interesting, or like
You hit him with
what do
that?
you, yeah, like I told him straight up. I'm
Why,
like, and
dog?
he
Oh, that's
told me
good.
his
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
I'm like, oh well, like get that going, and then we'll see. That way we could like
Fuck
put your word
yeah.
out, and then go from there.
Oh,
'cause
I love that shit.
I know a lot of
Yeah.
people just like want to like sit and chit chat with us, you know, because like we keep it cool and it's a decent environment where we're just like loose and just fucking around half the time, you know. But we still got to make it interesting
Yeah, you don't want
for
that.
other people, you know.
You don't want that whack ass shit. You don't want
For-
that whack talk.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're not gonna say names, but we've had a few clout chasers, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I'd
feel what
be
you're
like, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
so
They come around as the platform grows.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
it's
see.
it's a business, like thinking of it in a business way. So we just, I guess, as we're continuing to grow, we just want to have intriguing guests for the most part, you know,
Yeah, we got to see resumes now.
that have a story, you know.
No, I'm glad you said that though, just because the last conversation I was just pointing that out too. As soon as we started talking about how we look at it as a business,
Yeah.
I was saying that's what separates any creative project, and I'll just reiterate it again. Is like you got people who are kind of just passively doing it and don't want to like ever add any structure, or they scoff at the structure part of it or whatever. But then you do have the next tier, and that's where you get, you know, the guests that you want, more dream guests rather than trying to just work with what you got. You know, you get more resources out of it at that point,
Yeah, of course.
and a lot of the stress starts to get taken off too, because there's a lot of things that start to get alleviated. Teams can maybe either expand or the resources get bigger, so your teams can like accomplish more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad. I'm glad.
It's I don't. Yeah, fuck. Where was I going with this? Next question.
Well, it's like
I
it's
forgot.
it's definitely a balance, right? That you got to strike.
Yeah.
Like you want it to be fun, but at the same time,
Yeah,
it's
oh,
like-
dude, there's nothing that implies that this shit can't be fun at the same time.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
get what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's also got to be a business. You know, we got to grow. We have to have a goal in mind, and not fucking just settle.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
And as much as like these people like
especially in the podcast game.
want to
dude.
keep asking, oh, when can we get on and so forth, I'm just like, it's not my show. Like I could bring it up, and we'll go about that depending on what Johnny says, but it ultimately comes down to him.
Yeah, I just do this.
Yeah.
Literally all gladiator style. You know?
Yeah. On
Hell
the
yeah,
the
dude.
group chat, you know, I get thumbs
Bro.
down. He's
Joaquin Phoenix.
But I don't know, man. It's growing, so we gotta be more particular as far as our guests. But I do feel that as Johnny wants to keep it like local and stuff, at least people who are from Anthony who have their own business or something in the works that could help us help them put them on the map, if that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, I gotta ask, dog. Where'd you get that painting, dude?
Nico Antuna.
That shit's dope.
Well, that was David's painting. I mean,
Yeah. That
He-
shit's dope.
He got
dude.
it from Nico Antuna.
Is that paint or some? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, like that was the white stain. I don't know.
he's got a pretty wild process too when he goes ahead and paints.
You just like this.
Yeah, dude, freestyle, bro, and a lot of what was the song that this was inspired by and painted along with?
Tech by Radiohead.
Oh,
okay.
badass fucking song.
Because he does a lot of these type of styles, and I was like, "Yo, can you do one for me? But listen to this song."
Oh.
And that's what came out.
So Idiot Tech by Radiohead, in case I didn't catch.
Yeah.
Did you do that one also over there?
This
That-
right here.
The little skull guy over
I
there.
don't know who did that one.
No, that was by what's his face? Leku.
Oh, Lekakun.
Badass. Dude, I love that. It's like Jackson Pollock style, you know?
Ah, yeah.
Oh, you can see.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, dude, it's been the backdrop for like the whole series so far, man. It's crazy, huh?
Dude, it's so sick.
Sometimes we lose sight of like the set that's going on just because it's
Yeah.
also just the loft. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like
It's like, I live here, bro.
living space, you know?
no, but it's a very cozy set, man.
Yeah, I like it.
For sure.
It's similar to yours in the sense that it's a very organically built set. Like we didn't
It's
really
homey.
we didn't change anything to do the set, you know? We
That's
worked
sick.
with what we had in the room.
Do you guys plan on expanding and taking it out of here, or you want to keep the pod here?
I mean, if we ever get like a warehouse or anything like that to where we just level up and have everything in house, maybe the pod would expand there. But this is kind of homey. It's nice here.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's chill.
Do you leave all this stuff up, though, or do you put it down?
I leave all this stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. I bet it helps. Right.
It does, and it's funny because this was never meant for the pod.
Oh, for real?
Like the soundboards, one of the guys on the MF team, Eric.
Yeah.
He's the one that bought them because he was gonna use this room to like record some of his lyrics. That never really happened because life happened. We got busy.
Yeah.
But these stayed up because this was probably like the first month I moved in. These were installed,
Oh shit, nice.
and then like 5 years later, somewhere around there, the podcast starts, and it just so happened like, oh well, these are up, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Convenient.
so it just worked out.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then those rugs and those help too.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't have curtains. But it just that's better than a curtain, so I was like, I like that.
Oh yeah.
That's dope, man. Yeah, we shoot in my living room. I live with my dad, so it's my dad's house. It's just me and him right now. And yeah, we shoot in my living room, and it's a pain in the ass setting up every time. It takes me about, well, now I got my homeboy Sal, the one that does the merch. He's been helping me out set up. It takes us about an hour to set up before and get all the lights right and everything. But it'd be nice if we just had a setup like that. I think that's probably on our list right now. We're trying to get our own little studio set going. Hopefully by the end of the year.
Yeah, there's
yeah, dude.
something in the works, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
That's good. Fuck yeah, man. It's a grind, bro. But honestly, you know, that's just how it goes a lot. Like, not in the sense of you gotta grind it out, but more in the sense of like, man, sometimes people don't even know how much goes into creating the whole pod. What does the editing process look like for you, Johnny? How long do you think? Do you just like one shot it? Just kind of like cut.
Yeah, so now we're doing the 3 cameras. We've been doing that for like the past four or 5 episodes. We were just doing one camera, and then I would just like do the little zoom in crops on post.
Yeah.
But now we do the 3, and I do like the multicam, and I just do the cuts. It takes me about, I say in total, probably like 5 hours if I sit down and do one. I did one Saturday. I just sat down and I grinded for like 5. I was off, so I'm like, I'm gonna just knock it out. So about 5-6 hours just in the editing, and then I got to do the thumbnail. That's probably like another hour right there, and then uploading and all that stuff. That's another couple minutes there.
And then you gotta rewatch the shit to make the clips.
Yeah, and then I got to go back and do all the clips
Yeah, that's
afterwards. It's a lot of work, man, but I love it. And the crazy thing is I knew nothing about this prior to like November of last year. I've never owned a camera. I've never done editing other than like in high school back, like fucked around with GarageBand and iMovie. So it's all self-taught, YouTube University. And I mean, I give a lot of credit to God, man. Like, I'm not the most religious guy out there, but I feel like if there's something for you, then, things are going to start going your way. And it was crazy because I've told this story before, I think, on our pod. When I was starting to, look into all this and get equipment, I wanted a cameraman. And I took this family trip to Ruidoso with my family. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to shoot a little video on my phone this weekend, and then I'm going to go back home and edit it, and I'm going to start practicing my editing skills. So I was recording the whole time, and my brother-in-law was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just going to do a little video and to practice. And I guess that stuck with him. So when we got back from the trip, he's like, hey, I got a camera for you. And I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, like I've had this Canon. It's like a Rebel 4. He's like, I've had this in the garage for like years, and I don't even use it. He's like, you can have it. And I was like, oh shit. And that was kind of like one of those moments where like I knew like, okay, this is for me. Like it's kind of destiny or whatever it is. Like it's in the cards for me. So that was another green light that I saw, and ever since there's been green lights like that. And I talked about it on our episode, even like meeting you, man. It's crazy. Like everything's just kind of falling into place. So it's a little surreal, and at times I just kind of have to like sit back and just take it all in, man, because it's a wild ride. But yeah, I love doing this shit.
It's gonna get crazier, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's certain points where you just gotta kind of like sit back and acknowledge, like, yo, I'm fucking hitting it. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Got to. We interviewed our upcoming season finale, A Billy Free and the Lasso. By this point, it would already be out, but the pod too. And yeah, I got a chance to talk with him one on one, like outside on a separate day altogether. And he had said like no one's gonna count your wins unless you do, and that kind of like took a big weight off my shoulder of trying to like. I felt like I was being a little fake humble for a while too, because I feel like that was just what was expected. And I was just like, nah, I think we gotta like also like let our light shine. You know what I mean? So that's cool that you're hitting some of those moments where you're like, ooh, gotta like acknowledge like we're hitting that shit.
Yeah, man, you have to.
Because I mean, think about it, bro. You're the first podcast in Anthony. I know it's a smaller city, but like anybody could have just started it.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
And I've told these guys that before. Every time I start doubting myself, I gotta have to go back and kind of look at your body of work and be like, you've done this, man, and like nobody.
First year too, this year one.
Nobody's done this before you, so it's kind of like you got something, man, and you have those moments where what do you call it, like imposter syndrome, where you think, like I don't belong here, but then it helps to have people to back you up and a good support group where, you got your homies and they're like, let's fucking keep doing it, man. Like no matter what, keep going.
That's good.
Yeah, it's crazy, dog. When oh my bad, go for it.
And I was gonna say that, like, just looking at them, we've seen the growth in the video quality and everything. So it's growing. It's looking good.
Yeah, do it for you, Rawlie. I do it for you.
Appreciate it.
Nah, I was just gonna say it was crazy because I remember when he would go into the gym and he'd be like, "Well, I'm gonna do this." Like, I believed him. I was like, "He's gonna fucking do this."
Fuck
dog.
yeah, because he's saying it in the gym, dog.
Exactly. He's like, I'm doing this.
That's where you get those real affirmations, bro.
For real.
Straight
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
Straight up.
I'll be like, "Oh shit, he's gonna do it, dog." And then sure enough, he did it.
And like the next day, I show up with a camera.
Yeah.
The next day, like a laptop, and it's like,
He's all recording us.
For the workout.
Hey, dog.
Man, let's go back to the workout challenge. What did you guys title it? The A-Town Talk Challenge?
I don't know.
You guys gave it a name.
we
right
just
at
started
first?
hashtagging random. I think it was like A-Town 31 days active challenge, and then we just started
Long
adding
ass
on.
name.
Yeah.
Every day we would add on to the hashtag, and then now we don't even hashtag
I
it.
think I like
for
active
numbers.
August. Just
Just
keep
for
it short.
numbers.
Active August. I don't know.
Oh, that would have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about though what you guys are trying to accomplish with that, just on your own terms, rather than it just being like a thing that you're trying to share. How's that been for you guys so far?
Well, it started off as like just I needed motivation, man. I felt like I was starting to. There's a balance in life, right? I was doing a lot for the pod, and I need to do more for me. And I think this is one of those things where being physical, being active is great for you because it helps with your mental health. And if your mind's right, then you can go on with everything else. So I needed a little bit of motivation, and I told these guys, I'm like, let's just work out every day for August.
Yo, it was right after the.
What are you guys normally doing, like Monday through Friday? And then you just decided to level up and hit every day? Or
Yeah, it was kind of like whenever we get a chance to, we would just show
okay.
up. We
Got you. I didn't mean to interrupt, my bad.
No. I was just gonna say it was right after New York too.
yeah
And
Oh,
you
yeah.
know when you're on
All hyped.
vacation,
came back all fat from all the pizza and beer that we drank over there.
exactly. That I was gonna like when you come back from vacation, you know you're not like let's go to the gym. You're like fucking So it was even more like hey let's fucking get our shit together,
Yeah.
and let's just go to the gym, cause dude that shit was rough.
And we're almost at the end, so like, what do you guys think that the process has been like for you? Like, have you guys ever done no challenges or anything like that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to see, has this been like kind of more beneficial than you expected, or is it just kind of like, well, we're on day 27 now?
No,
You get what I
definitely. Well, personally speaking, I feel the benefits of it because now I have that. Now I don't even think about it. Now it's not like I got a gym. It's like I got a gym. Like it's kind of like a must. And
Well, you don't even have to think about it that way. It's like you get to gym.
Ooh.
Oh,
In that sense, dude. You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're
Man,
doing
he
it to
sees
better
people
yourself.
who don't get a gym, man. He sees people coming in with broken radiuses, dog.
You know,
hip replacement.
That's true.
like you don't gotta think of it being like I have to, just because it's part of your daily routine. It's like no, you get to work out and
this
be
is
active.
good, bro.
You know,
I'm glad we're talking about like active mentality. That's
Yeah.
good.
yeah. It's like for me, and I've mentioned this on the pod, and these guys fucking make fun of me for it. But like
Yeah.
It's always been for me. It's just like I'm trying to be active for like the long run when I do have a family and stuff. You know, I don't want to be an old ass
bet.
parent or
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that. You know,
It makes sense, bro.
I still want to like
Which-
race my fucking kids and like whoop their ass. You know,
Yes.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. I feel you on that one.
What
I feel you
happens
on
if
that
you
one.
run out of gas, bro? In
Exactly.
the middle of 2 mile markers, and your ass can't run a half mile to go see which mile you're on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I know what you're saying, bro. You want to be like capable.
yeah,
Same-
for sure.
Yeah, dude. Same thing with my son, bro. Like,
Yes, dude. You got dad strength or what?
Dude,
Did
I
you
know-
unlock dad strength when you had your kid.
it just came out of nowhere, bro.
His bench increased. Everything.
Yeah, bro.
He's like, Dad, I can't breathe. Dad, let go.
No, because I know when he sees dad, it's like it's playtime. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. And
Oh,
I'm like-
yeah.
and I want to be fucking there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't ever want to be like, I'm too tired or whatever. Like, no, it's like I want to be there. I want to tire him out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of him tire me out. So that's kind of like a goal for me as well. Like just getting older. Like I want to be fucking. I want to tire his ass out before he gets tired of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you want an 8-year-old kid just like how's your kid?
He's 3 now.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I
Nice.
got some time.
I'll
but-
start saying son now. I just didn't know which gender it was at first.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you clarified it. My bad. But
No.
dude, you don't want him to be 8 years old and then fucking like I could whoop my dad's ass.
Exactly,
bro.
dog. Like that ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
shit. And then
He
honestly,
still will though.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
We're gonna train him so he can't whoop your
you
ass.
gotta
dude.
stay active, Johnny. You build the podcast set every like almost weekly, man, multiple times.
Yeah,
a
dude.
week.
I'm always, dude. I have to like
I
switch
get
shirts.
tired after we set up these shits.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sweaty too, man.
My
Hell
boob
yeah,
sweat,
dude.
dude.
That's why I wear black.
True. I'll take
Same.
notes of that too, man.
For
yeah.
real, dog. Every time we sit down ready to start, dude, I'm sweating. I'm already
These guys,
Hell
these
yeah,
guys
dude.
show up
You
and
got,
they're just like,
bacon collar because it's all curled up now. from the sweat.
Yeah.
these guys just show up and they're just like drinking their beer and like talking
Cooling,
about
huh?
their day. And
Shit.
Dog, you're not done yet? Come on,
Yeah.
bro.
it's like,
Especially when a day that he's off, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna start setting up like at 4." Not even done when we're getting close to like start arriving, man.
dude, and you know it's worse when I have more free time because I start getting more detailed. And the other day, and this big shout out to Sal. He's part of our crew too. We can talk about him a little bit right now. He came over to my house. We went to go shoot some B-roll for one of our episodes, and then afterwards we had some time. I'm like, hey, let's just go back to my house and we'll do like a mock setup. We'll set everything up because we wanted to get the light. We got some brand new lights that we were like trying to, dial in, and we just want everything to look like crisp. So we spent 2 hours just fucking around with all the lights and stuff. But it paid out, man. And I think if you want to grow and if you want to level up, you need to do those extra things. It's not just like shooting on the pod. It's like what you do outside of the pod, like on your spare time.
Oh, you're talking about the lifestyle? change?
Yeah. It's
Fuck yeah,
like
man.
you have to. It's like so like when you go to the gym, right? Like gym is part of it, but then there's also like the diet, right? There's a recovery aspect to it. So there's different aspects to the podcast that now we're starting to dial in on, and all of that stuff I think is what's gonna like elevate our content, which is it's pretty dope, man. And I'm excited for it, and I geek out on shit like that. Even just like looking at your guys' cameras right now, I was like, all right, what can I do? Like, what can I take away from this? So I'll probably pick your brain after this, man, for sure.
Oh yeah.
And that kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier, dude. Like, I think about this all fucking day.
Yeah.
Podcast, you know what I'm saying? The cool thing is it's not like a chore.
Does it make some of your other requirements throughout your days a little bit easier because you think like there's like a new creative drive going on right now?
You know what, dude? I feel like overall, I feel happier. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
true. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Since
yeah.
we started this, I feel overall happier.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, for real. Because I have, things to look forward to. I've met some badass fucking people, off of this. And our friendship has gotten better. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is just sort of, fuck you, bitch. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is just
Yeah.
kind of clicking. And it's like, dude, this is fucking nice. It's cool. And the best thing, kind of one that I wanted to drive home with the whole gym thing that we're talking about, is like,
Yes.
dude, as men, like, you need homies. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you need your crew. You need your tribe. You know what I'm saying? You need that community where like other dudes that are just fucking good dudes that you can rely on. And that's kind of like one of the main things that I look forward to whenever we do this. Like, it's just my homies. At the end of the day, they're just my fucking homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be like, oh, we're men, like let's like lift rocks and shit. Like I feel like we're very vulnerable with each other.
Yeah, Johnny cries a lot.
Yeah, like all the time.
Little bitch.
But you know, we're at that point where we can talk about our feelings and we can share stuff like personal stuff with each other, and even that is just as important, man. Like the support, and because I know a lot of the time being a guy, like you have those stereotypes, and you know where you have to be strong and you have to be this and that, and I mean it's you do, but then you also don't. You can be vulnerable. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with crying, Rawlie.
I don't know. I wouldn't know, man.
But it's cool that like, we can be open with each other like that, and I do appreciate these guys for all that stuff. They're pretty cool dudes.
That's good, bro.
It's cool because it's something to look forward to, honestly.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good words, Rawlie. As always.
Nah, man, I feel the same way, bro. I feel like the MF team has shifted from team to like more family based now. You know what I mean? Like David, Sean, and I have gone ahead and had late night mixing sessions at Sean's place where we're just fucking, bro. Sean's got like blacked out windows, so we didn't even know it was daytime, but the sun was up by the time we had been done.
Dang.
Crazy nights, man. But those are the nights where like you guys really shape out the sustainability of the project, because that's where you guys really either resolve conflicts or just have different conversations than you normally do. You guys unlock different like topics and start to trust each other more, and I think that's what unlocks like the best out of every project too, because then there's like more risks that are taken. People are taking it more serious. You can rely on your homies more. You know what I mean? I'm sure not in a bad way, but like the first time around, the first time you invite Mike and Rawlie to this, you're not necessarily sure if they're gonna like be down for the whole ride.
Yeah.
And now as every episode comes on, now it's like solidifying the team every time you guys have another episode in the bag. You know what I mean? So I totally relate to what you guys are saying. And I'm glad that it's like a mirror thing that we're watching right now. It's like cool, you know?
And that's the only way it can work, dude. Like in a lot of ways, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because if you have people that are at conflict with each other, like, or just not even like in conflict, but maybe not even good friends or like just colleagues, like it's kind of, you need that friendship. You have to have that in place, or else it's, I don't know, it's gonna fall apart. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yo, can I have a beer, dog?
Absolutely.
Hey, yo, can I have a beer, dog? How do you feel like having us on, throwing you off your like normal podcast stuff, like, and since you normally do musicians?
Nah, I mean at this point we're in the 30s, and so I think at this point we're like really comfortable with having non-musicians now, because through other episodes that we've had, we've really unlocked having creative conversation with people of all industries. And it's still easy for us here to have this conversation because your guys' industry is still in the content creation industry, so it still like hits home on a lot of the topics that we discuss.
Yeah.
The mushroom episode was probably one of the most like, not in a bad way, refreshing ones, in the sense of like it was a whole new topic that we were talking about.
That was your first like science.
Yeah,
episode,
dude.
right?
Yeah, so we color code the episodes, but no, I mean the thing is here is like I said, the mirror thing is what's the unique part here, is that like we're both trying to accomplish the similar like concept of a goal, but we have like our own take on it. Like David's here as the co-host, but for the most part I do primarily drive the conversation, and with you guys I think it's a lot more of an equal share. So those are two whole different dynamics like the whole way through. You know what I mean? And I want to bring David onto the camera, but until we can get somebody like just reliable behind the camera on that, like on our availability as well, because I think the thing that we really want to try to avoid just for right now is just having to consider a third person's availability on the team just for right now, you know. But yeah, like these are things that I know you guys are probably having like in your own world as well. So I wouldn't say it's like throwing off, but more so it's unique in the sense that I'm not really asking you guys questions to learn more, but to like hear your side of what we're probably doing too.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to get you on when we did our episode, because for me, it's all like I'm in like year one, like I'm like a freshman, right? Like I'm just learning right now. I'm like soaking it all in. So getting people that are experienced, have been doing this for a while, like it's to me like when I was editing the video, I was like, okay, like, I'm taking notes of this and that, and I even caught some stuff that I didn't catch while I was present. But yeah, man, that's why like it's a bit selfish in my end, where like the guests that I bring on is people that I want to learn from, and I've learned that even people that other people, like I've always learned something from someone. And that's the cool thing about this space of podcasts, that you talk for someone for 2 hours, you're bound to learn something from them.
Oh, yeah.
Bound to have a takeaway, which is really cool. But
the way I see it is the same meaning. I mean the exact same thing that you're trying to say, but I word it as there's clips in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what goes through my head.
That's a clip right there. Let me ask you, I guess, I mean, we were able to talk about a lot of things, but we did dive into the pod during our episode. But to my knowledge, the only other guest that you've had that has a similar project is Takeover. Has there been other podcasts that you guys have?
We did take over. The other one that would be in the similar would be Elevate El Paso. We had Caleb and James Pleasant. They're the ones that usually do like all the historic clips online. I don't know if you guys have seen them.
No.
That was before me and Michael, though.
Yeah, that was before. Yeah, he does a lot of like those clips where he just like he's done a lot of them in this area because he just talks about like the history of El Paso. And he does a lot of other different stuff like that. And it's crazy because James, at the time, I didn't know James was like an MMA fighter, and now he just recently won a title in New Mexico. He's like a champion now. So we'll probably have to get him back on to talk about that.
Oh, isn't that the beauty of the pod?
Yeah.
Like, sequels are not even a stressor.
Yeah.
One of the biggest stressors that we have for Midnight is there's people that want to get a sequel and stuff, but we're like, damn. So, like, when we pick sequels, it's kind of like, it's a little bit tougher than just picking a new artist every time, because we could just take the angle of, like, it's a new artist every time.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some people who have released certain catalogs of music since we last met with them that I'm like, oh, shit, man. Like, I need those songs on Midnight.
Yeah.
But podcast, it almost feels like... quick side question. What are some of your guys' biggest inspirations on, not a local level, on like a bigger level? Where do you guys try to pull maybe some ideas from in terms of formats, styles? Because I'm about to reference like Joe Rogan in a sense.
Yeah.
And I know that like he's had Joey Diaz, the comedian, like fucking 15 times at this point,
Yeah.
So you could just have sequels all day. And I think that's one of the coolest qualities of the pod is like you could just extend the conversation. That's the goal anyway, is to extend the conversation.
And we kind of have that with we call them the bros only episodes, where we don't have a guest.
Okay.
Sometimes we just don't have a guest, and we're just going to shoot a pod with us. So we have those, and sometimes those episodes I find them, they're funnier because it's just us hanging out, and you guys get to be the fly on the wall. We kind of get to let loose. And
oh, dude, that's a good way to acknowledge the audience. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Because that, I feel, takes a lot of pressure off of trying to have a good conversation all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like when you try to have a good conversation, it limits it sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why sometimes those episodes are easier.
That's the gem right there. Thank you again for saying that, man.
And having that, that fly on the wall mentality, it's kind of like you forget the camera. Sometimes we're rolling and it's like, oh shit, there's a camera, right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, and we just go off and
Especially once you get some beers.
yeah.
Shots in.
But
I still gotta shoot the intro. Like what? Oh yeah, I forgot.
yeah, and that's one of those things that kind of
thumbnails.
Yeah, like it organically came about. We usually, like, I purposely start rolling the cameras early because sometimes the stuff we say before we start our intro, that I'm like, that's gonna be our what does we call it?
Cold opening.
Yeah, like our cold opening.
Yeah.
And then we jump into the intro. So that's kind of become our format now. And sometimes that's like the funniest stuff.
Yeah.
That comes out. But going back to like your inspiration question, to me, I grew up watching a lot of late night television, and I think
sick.
that's where the idea of a podcast a podcast is just something attainable to like a TV show that I can do, because I'm never gonna host the Tonight Show, right? But I can
Not with that attitude.
host
You might,
A-Town
dog.
Talk. I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why you're not gonna host.
Yeah, fuck.
Because you got other shit going on.
But yeah, I grew up watching all that, like Conan O'Brien, all the Jimmys, like David Letterman. Like I love even like Carson Daly, like shit like that. Like
Fuck with Jimmy Fallon.
he yeah. You know what?
That'd be like
There's
Alright.
so he's
fucking say
Well,
Jimmy
he's
Fallon.
funny just because he's like wild.
he's got his moments. He's a little fun.
got the
But
roots, bro.
the Roots,
Does
is
have the
badass
roots.
band, dude.
Badass.
He be
Badass
living
band.
off that.
Yeah, but to me, like my favorite, like Conan O'Brien is like my number one. To me, that guy is hilarious.
So funny, yeah.
He's the best, and I love watching him. Even now, he's got his own podcast. I listen to him, and he's still great. He had that show on HBO where he like travels, and there's like a camera crew following him in like random places in the world. And dude, he's hilarious. So he's a big inspiration. I don't know. What about you guys?
For me, straight up, it's Joe Rogan, dog. I don't know if you remember, but when he started in his
It was like a webcam, dude.
Yes,
huh?
yes.
Yeah, man. I went back to episode 1 just to see it.
dude.
Yeah, I didn't like start watching all of it though.
I remember watching a podcast back when a podcast wasn't even a fucking thing. It was this the most random thing. But me and my brother, he's older than me, we'd just be cracking up, dude. Like, holy shit, this is so fun. Because it's just buddies hanging out and having conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was him and all of his comedian buddies and shit. And it was so funny, dude. Like, dude, why aren't more people listening to this? This is so fucking fun. And I remember I'd show friends. And they'd be like, "What the fuck is this, dog? Like a podcast?" And I'm like, "Dude, yeah, like you listen to it." It was so weird back then, you know.
Yeah.
And I've been watching him for all these fucking years, dude. And so yeah, Joe Rogan straight up, dude.
Hell yeah.
Just his
Same for me though,
yeah.
but more like on the comedy aspect of it. I just like want to hear the boys fucking talk shit to each other, you know, just shits and giggles, you know. That's I don't know. That's dry as I am as a person, dude. I like comedy. I love comedy. So
Rawlie's hilarious.
just little shit, little
He's-
comments here and there. It's like just gets me going. It's funny shit.
Rawlie was kind of like our secret gem. Once we got a camera on him,
Just
and
drops nothing but bangers.
yeah, dude, like sometimes he just like cracks us up, dude. The shit that he says, and the fact that he's so like dry about it makes it even funnier. But yeah, you're pretty funny.
Then again, like it's not all original because I like referencing movies and stuff, but movies and shows or whatever. But half the time, these fools don't even like know what the fuck I'm talking about. So it makes me laugh because they still don't know. But then I end up having to show them like afterwards, like this is what I'm talking about, and then that's when they fucking get it. But
Yeah,
Y'all
no.
ain't tapped in.
Yeah,
For real, dog. And I'll be like, dog, don't you like not watch fucking movies? Is that your thing? Like, oh, I don't watch this, I don't watch that. And then he has
Not a single one of y'all knew about Letterboxd. I was a little disappointed.
no man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
David put me on
Yeah?
Letterboxd.
Letterboxd.
So-
We review all our movies there.
Have you guys ever thought about diving into like video, like movies, or like doing like short films or anything like that?
Oh yeah, dude. I should probably like just pass the mic to David for some shit because like, in all honesty, I mean David's whole background is more about film rather than strict like what we're doing right here. You know what I mean? So my boy's over here, a screenplay writer, director.
Really?
Got big goals for film. MF has its goals for film.
That's cool, man. Hey, if you ever need me to hold a mic, dude, I'm your guy. I'll be your sound boom guy.
He's got one.
Michael,
Hey, I just started.
Oh yeah.
He's got one, man.
I'll hold your sound booms guy's mic.
His lunchbox.
Just anything, dude. No, you know that's on my bucket list. I would love to be part of a production, dude. Whatever. Like I think I was part of when they did that scene for the Paul Thomas Anderson movie that they did in the Solana in Sunland Park Mall. We got to be a part of that. We were like one of the extras.
When was that?
It's when they were filming here in like a month ago.
Remember when like Leonardo DiCaprio like
Yeah.
fucking-
Dude, my friend was in this too.
Yeah, I didn't get to meet Leo, but I saw the
He was
director.
a skater. He was a skater or something like that. In
Oh,
there.
no way.
Yeah. Did you guys bump into him?
No,
Okay.
no.
Dude, I heard. This is the second time I hear about this. I'm still kind of lost.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is
They
this from?
filmed a movie here in El Paso for like
Keep
2 weeks,
interrupting
something
him
like
for
that.
letting him talk.
No, you're good. You're good.
He's used to it, man.
David's
Yeah.
all like, bro, I told you like 5 times.
But it was dope, man. And just being an extra, like I'm like, fuck, like I would love to.
You guys got paid by Warner Bros and stuff?
I didn't. My boy Sal. So my boy Sal's the one that got invited to it.
Okay.
He told me about it, and I'm like, can I tag along? He's like, yeah. So I tag along. We were vendors in the mall.
Oh, nice.
So you might catch me, dude. You might
Sal
catch
got
like,
paid.
back of my head. Yeah.
you make it a point. Of being like,
He
Sal
did.
got paid. Johnny.
He got his bag, dude. I did it. And I was just happy to be there, honestly.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I need to hear. I need to look more into like what that is because people have been throwing that out too. The Leonardo DiCaprio. I was like, what? We got a movie with Leo like here. So he was here.
Yeah, him and
Oh,
Benicio
shit.
del Toro.
Did you see him from? Oh, there's the other name. Did
Yeah.
you see these guys from a distance or anything?
No, they weren't there the day that I was there. But
One
I just,
day. It was just one day for you.
yeah. But I saw the director, and he was cool, man. He said hi to us.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Who's the director? Who's the director? Is it a big name?
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Oh, you said that. Sorry.
Yeah, PTA. Yeah, we're basically best friends now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PTA giving them a nickname.
Yeah.
I've been hearing some stuff about how people have been hating on NBA nicknames these days. Because back then you had the big ticket, and then you had the big fundamental.
Oh, I don't even know who that is.
You don't know basketball like that?
Well, nah.
Oh,
not
the big
nickname
fundamental?
wise. Yeah.
Tim Duncan, brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right.
Tim Duncan.
That's right. I haven't.
Shaq, you had like Diesel and shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? The
Superman.
Black Mamba. But now you have Ant, which is just short for Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got SGA.
The guy from Oakland. I mean,
Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
I forgot what the other ones were, but it was just silly stuff. I forgot how we got the PTA. My bad.
PTA.
PTA reminded me of that. Yo, dude, I know that you guys covered a couple topics, so I just kind of want to freely talk about the motherfucking Olympics because I know you guys talked
Okay.
about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You're gonna have to beer me, dude, because
Yes,
they happen
about it.
for
Here, take
every
mine.
4
Just
years.
kidding. It's already halfway done.
dude, I don't care, man.
No, that'd be a waste. You get a full one, sir.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. What did your guys' conversation and did you guys fucking obsess over it? Like I'm hoping you did because I did. I had Peacock for 1 month, bro, and I watched everything.
Oh,
dog.
did you really?
Not everything, literally. I can't. I got shit to do, but I watched shit that like I wasn't into, and I just honestly, dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like watching it alongside when I'm editing or when I was at work and stuff propelled me into a new stratosphere right now because I just felt like I had greatness on the screen going on the whole time. And dude, I swear to God, I've never been more obsessed with like track and field and shit now.
Track it's down, dude.
That
That's
does get down.
that's what I saw the most, aside soccer.
Yeah.
And then I caught some fencing too.
Yes.
I don't understand it, but
Oh my God, I learned
shit's
tennis
wild.
because of that shit.
huh?
I was like, I need to learn the rules by now. You know what I mean? I can't be a dad and not know the rules of tennis. Like these are just random bits of knowledge that you need to
I
have.
gotta fucking learn this.
You know what I mean? I
gotta
started
learn tennis.
realizing halfway as like I was watching the game, I was like, I need to learn how to count this score. So I went straight to YouTube and just started looking it up.
Nice.
know?
It's weird though.
But that's how I was with fencing. So I kind of got it a little bit.
I didn't
Did
look
you get
much
it? Did
into
you
it,
look
but I was
it
just
up?
watching. I'm just like, how the fuck is this a fucking sport? Type shit, you know? But that shit's been going around for like years, and like I just like preppy rich white kids, you know, that I portrayed
Oh yeah, I
like
get
movies
you.
and shit growing
Fencing's a
up,
rich
you know.
boys
So
Yeah.
it's not all that, you know. But
You know, Mexicans
for
and fencing.
for like
competitive shit.
Carter,
yeah.
for Carter and his friends. You know, they
Grow
just
up
go
in their
get
private
they just go to
schools and
fencing.
shit. You know?
I don't know.
Well,
I was with that
it makes me
Carter.
think of the movie Rich and Rich. Richie Rich.
yeah, Richie
back in the
Rich.
day.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
fucking fencing and shit. You know?
It was a badass
Dude,
movie.
back then we had a little bit of a come up and we almost were gonna inquire about an old fencing studio to be the new MF warehouse, and the opportunity just kind of missed.
Damn.
But it was a fencing studio, so I went in and I went to just talk to the owner, and like she had some students that were fencing.
Did they have like
Damn.
swords laying around?
Fuck yeah, they
Yeah?
did. Hell yeah, masks.
What threw me off? They were like on the Olympics. They were like attached to something.
Oh yeah, they mentioned it one time, but it was kind of like background during that moment.
It's so they don't push too forward, right? They have like a limit where they can push or something like that.
I'm not too sure, but it reels them back type of shit.
Oh, like a fucking
It
string or
can.
some
It's
shit.
strong enough to reel them back.
Oh damn.
I forgot what the reasons were for the.
Honestly, the only thing that I went back and I rewatched was Homegirl Ray Gun breakdancing. That was the only thing that I'm like, I gotta see this.
I
for
think that was a
myself.
highlight of the Olympics as far as like a joke.
Ah, man, I started getting so annoyed of. I just like there was not a single good picture of her. Every picture of her mid dance was just like I hate this person. Dude,
Like that,
this
dude,
person's
fucking doing
this person's-
Thriller and shit.
Yeah, that shit
This
was so
person's
funny.
making me mad right now.
Did you guys watch the full performance?
Yeah,
I
I
still
saw
haven't
it on
seen it.
YouTube.
Dude,
I can't.
dude,
it's bad.
I'm telling you, bro. I really
hilarious.
appreciated the greatness I was watching. I felt like that was such a like disrespect to the Olympics. Dude, I was mad about it.
I started doing like research on her afterwards because I thought it was like, how the fuck did this girl make it to the Olympics? And apparently, one of her coaches, or one of the coaches, is like her husband, and he's also in like one of the committees that chooses who goes to the Olympics from Australia. And there was this whole like fucking spiel about it. But yeah, man, that was my highlight.
Dog, and wasn't she a professor?
Yeah, she teaches dance.
A
I was-
fucking
I was-
break dance professor? What the fuck?
I was legit expecting some like Red Bull sponsored type of breakdancing, you know?
Some dope shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Australia has that, but who knows what the top?
No, they
thought
rigged it.
process
So
was.
Oh
all
yeah,
the good,
I was reading
for
about
all the
that.
good breakdancers, they rigged it so she can go. Like it was rigged.
Yeah, like I think the whole thing was about Australia not having any official sort of breaking community. So she fought and got like some separate thing to like be the ones to qualify people for the Olympics officially for the country of Australia. And well, her husband was on the thing or whatever, so they just kind of like orchestrated it through that method.
Yeah.
That's what I've read.
Yeah.
And then they canceled breakdancing because of her.
Oh yeah.
That's
dude.
so
Glad
After
though.
that-
I don't.
yeah.
That's nah.
It could have been
There's
better.
some good break dancers.
I'm glad that they brought some stuff back. Did you know in LA they're gonna bring cricket back?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm glad. Like that sounds like it should have never left.
True.
Like it sounds like such a classic sport, dude.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really ancient, modern, like ancient games sort of sport. Like they played that shit along with like beheading and all that.
Yeah.
Did you know the ancient games were like a lot more war based and shit like
Yeah.
that?
Well, fucking like
Warrior base?
the Aztecs or the Mayans or whatever, they're fucking playing that hip game, throwing it through the fucking hoop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
actually,
I've seen that. Yeah.
Winning team would get sacrificed. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
true?
Yeah.
Wild, yeah.
Yeah.
The winning team.
The winning team would get sacrificed. People wanted to win to get sacrificed because it was like an ultimate honor.
Fuck that.
Jesus.
I'm throwing the game.
Yeah, for real.
It's like, coach, I'm cramping. You take me out.
Dude, nah, man. I forgot what. Oh, they're bringing baseball back.
Baseball. Oh yeah.
That shouldn't have left either.
I didn't even know that
Japan's
was
gonna get it.
for real.
Tiny, bro.
They're good.
As an outsider baseball fan, that's just a complete outsider. Like, from what I hear, this guy's like the greatest thing ever. He's like Mahomes if Mahomes played offense and defense.
Shit. Yeah, dude.
Because he pitches and he's like a fucking dope hitter, right?
Yeah.
And that's like, how rare? Do you guys follow
He's
baseball?
like
You guys
tall
follow
as
baseball?
fuck. He's a huge ass Japanese dude, man.
I'm trying to understand how rare that is for like somebody to be that good at pitching and that good at like just the offensive side.
I don't think it's maybe. Fuck, I don't even know honestly.
Because
Yeah.
most people that are just beastie hitters aren't the
Yeah.
fucking pitcher.
Yeah, you're
Exactly.
right. You're right.
That's
He's like-
crazy.
A gem.
Yeah, they're gonna get that goal.
Japan.
Dude,
but
China almost
they-
got us in golds, bro.
They-
They better not be getting us in 28.
Weren't we tied? Didn't we tie for?
Yeah, we tied, but
tied for
that's
gold?
where our silver and bronze started to matter, but they didn't
Yeah.
matter the whole time we were up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Fuck.
crazy.
USA won in overall medals, but it was a tie between.
Do you guys get more patriotic as this is going on? Oh, I was
Yes.
lit when Quincy Hall hit that 400-meter run, dude.
USA. USA.
Oh my god, I was ready, dude.
That fencing match that I was watching, it was like they're fighting for second and third, and it was like that was fucking or third and fourth or whatever, and fucking USA lost. I was like, oh, you fucking. Bitch.
God, dude.
Rawlie's like, put me in. Fuck.
Man, I love those Olympics.
I remember the fucking rowing Olympics. The fucking rowing part was on, and I was rowing. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was at the gym, and that's like literally the only time I fucking watched it was when
Yeah,
I was at
straight
the
up.
gym, and it was on, right? So when they were rowing, I was like, "Yeah, bitch."
I could do this.
Yeah, for real.
Let's go,
Oh yeah,
dude.
that was fun.
Yeah, man, that shit had me lit, bro. I wish they were still here. I'm not gonna lie. I deleted it. But I'm gonna try to keep up with the. I learned that the track and field, like the real league, is the Diamond League. I don't know if you're like I was like,
really.
dude, where can I fucking watch the rest of this shit?
Right.
And I started learning. So
Yeah.
Like ESPN 3 or something.
yeah,
The Ocho.
it inspired me so much, man. Where I really started shaping out like where I want to grow my personal brand, and I definitely want to grow a personal brand where I get to like have more conversation just about the shit I'm into that doesn't really, I guess, benefit the community in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it would be all under like, my own name and stuff, but I just want to like, dude, if I had this active, I would have been flooding content with the Olympics, man. I want to do it. Have you seen tier rankings?
Yes.
Where they're like S A
Yeah.
or SAB and their colors.
I see that for like video games and shit, but yeah.
Yeah. I want to do that for every gold medal event of the Olympics and just rank them, dude. Because Quincy Halls is going on the fucking S.
Dude.
The 400-meter run and the 1500-meter run.
That shit was
full
dope.
hawker.
Fuck
Dude,
yeah.
those are immediate S tiers. Immediate S tiers, bro.
But you know what? Doing stuff like that.
And that's because, once again, sorry,
No, it's
tracing
like-
back I'm already fucking obsessed with like watching tier videos and all stuff. So that's how I know the content's gonna translate well when I try it, because I'm already such a fan of it.
Yeah.
Same thing that we said with I gotta be interested in the person to fucking be able to like conjure an interview up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, in doing stuff like that, that's where it's very nichey. Sometimes that's where you get the best
Oh,
audience,
yeah,
and
dude.
you get like
Fuck
more of
yeah.
a hardcore fan base because it's people that are into the same thing, right?
Yes.
If you do a lot of general stuff, it's like, okay, you get a little bit of here, a little bit of here, but it's like those people aren't always going to watch you because you're not always like appealing to them. And you do something that's like that, you're always appealing to the same type of people, then you're gonna get that type of following. So yeah, man, doing something like that'd be dope.
Yeah. I'm just I'm waiting for like how I'm gonna structure it. I don't want to sit on it too much just because like of the whole idea of like just going for your ideas, but at the same time I think with the whole experience with MF and having built out a project, I'm a little bit more experienced with knowing what I'm trying to accomplish. So I don't know if it's taking its time because of cold feet per se, but more so like, hold on, I'm still like fine tuning. I know what I'm going for. You know what I mean? I think some people might like delay projects too much because they really haven't found the direction yet.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But sometimes you
Not
find
to justify me not having started it yet. I'm trying to acknowledge and be accountable too.
yeah. But I was gonna say like
Did I say accountability, by the way, when I was giving you my 5 pillars?
I don't think so.
There you go. Okay, if I had... Nah, I forgot though. I forgot them all, man. I forgot them all.
Accountability is one of them.
go look it up. Go look at the timestamp.
Yeah, dude, for real.
I have to read back.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I'll hit you with the 5.
Yeah.
Accountability. Damn. Nah, I forgot. I forgot all of them, dude. I had bangers too.
Integrity.
Integrity was probably one of them too. Transparency was one.
Transparency.
Like just being honest, transparency, communication. I think
You know, I think accountability
is already in there.
I think it sounds like
2
it was.
times.
Damn.
It's double important.
Yeah.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge.
Yo, I did want to ask you though, like, when did you want to make a podcast out of the whole thing, right? Because it started off midnight sessions, and then eventually, recently, right, like a year ago, you were like, let's do a podcast.
Dude, I mean, how long have we been trying to get the mics? I remember we had argued about it over the course of a drive back from Clint, from the dinner. Yeah. Shout out Sushi Girl. Shout out Sushi Girl El Paso. We did
a 2-hour drive, isn't it? Like 1 hour, an hour and a half.
It was like a 50-minute drive.
Oh,
yeah, it's
yeah.
pretty far out from Clint. And we're on the way back, and I was just kind of stressing because of some stuff had been going on, and I was short. I was coming up short on my responsibilities. But I don't think I was in a place yet to acknowledge it all too much. But that was a minute ago, dude. Like that night, now I know exactly what it was for, but I can pinpoint where it was. Dude, had COVID even hit yet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we were wearing masks. Yeah, fuck yeah, we were.
In the car?
Nah, we didn't give a fuck about that. But at the dinner we had masks on.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, so this is like 2020, dude. Yeah, this is like prime COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Peak.
Yeah.
So during that time is when we first were like planning it, around that time. And it literally took us 2 years to get it done. Because I barely got the mic sometime towards the end of last year. And then we just immediately hit it. But it had been an idea we wanted to do for a minute.
Okay.
since 2020,
True.
late 2020, I would say. I think it's already like fall.
And what made you want to do like a podcast, like hey, let's get our fucking guests and start talking to them and shit? Was there anything in particular?
Yeah, just being like with Midnight, dude. We can't do every episode as frequent as we can here, and I was just thinking, dude, every off season that we're doing is really hurting us. We do all this content for like a little moment, and then we just kind of disappear until we have enough money to do more episodes. So I really wanted to address that, but I didn't know if we could do it just yet with another music project, which we still plan to do. We still plan to expand more music series, but yeah, man, we just needed something that was going to be cost efficient. So we started thinking in directions that were going to solve those problems, and the podcast was the easiest answer.
True.
But we also wanted MF Pearl has always, I don't know, I feel like we've always been battling getting boxed in to some sort of thing. For a moment, we didn't want to get boxed into being an El Paso brand. For a moment, we didn't want to get boxed into just being one creative thing. And I think during this time, too, when we were planning this, one of the things is, I don't, and not in a bad way, we didn't want to get boxed into just being music. So we're like, what else can we honestly just flesh out and spotlight through the series? And that's when like entrepreneurship kind of started to come up. But it doesn't have to just be entrepreneurship either, because if we get somebody who's like a surgeon at like a hospital, they're not necessarily an entrepreneur, but there's so much to dive in to their daily routine, their daily habits, their outlooks and values on life, to where it's like, I just use the word entrepreneurship, but really I'm just trying to talk about the professional and personal development of people.
Yep.
And I think that is one of the easiest ways to craft meaningful stories. And I think like in order for us to address not being boxed into music, we were like, well, how can we give what we're doing with music a bigger meaning? And that's when we started saying, like, yes, they're performing, but we're still telling their story, even though it's a performance. This is obviously a more obvious story that's being told, but when it's just like a collection of like 5 songs for a session, it's not necessarily like storytelling. But when we go and do a photo shoot and all this stuff along with it, we're telling a story before the episode comes out. So we were like, okay, that's the bigger picture. It's so much easier to come up with content ideas that aren't bounded to music now when we're thinking in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
How can we keep telling stories? Well, dude, we have all these friends here that are doing great things, but just because it's not music, we haven't featured them yet. And so it was easy to kind of answer those questions.
Makes sense.
True. And have you thought about like doing a music video or anything like that?
For us, or just like artists?
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that? Yeah, dude, absolutely. And I guess because we don't advertise it, just because we really are focused on our original content, we're more than happy, and dude, especially more than that, we're more than honored when an artist comes up and is just curious about whether or not we could accomplish that. We
Mhm.
actually have an artist right now, a group that we're huge fans of. The city's actually great fans of them. For privacy reasons, I won't announce their business just yet, but they reached out and they wanted to see if we could do a music video, and we're fucking stoked, and we hope that we can go ahead and give them a concept. Well, we hope that we can cater to their current concept in a way that they want to continue with this, because that's cool, man. Absolutely we do.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, we do.
That's
and
cool.
and like in that sense of like the music video, who takes the reign of like director? I know you were talking about David coming with a background in film and all that. Like do you guys say like, all right, well, David, you're gonna do this, or like who would play that role, or how do you guys work that out?
I don't know how much we treat every production as if like how are we going to do this. I think we have our routine set pretty well, to where David's going to go in and make sure that the shots that we're going for are good to go. It's very collaborative when we're trying to plan things out for original content. But when it comes to because it's not just music videos that people reach out to us for, it's other stuff too. With like maybe a restaurant, like in the earlier days, especially a restaurant might need like a commercial sort of thing. So in that sense, it's gonna vary on how much creative control we have. But when we have more reins, I think we kind of just try to outline it together, and then some of the easiest delegations are David will take care of a lot of making sure our gear is good to go, making sure our shots are good to go, everything's in place, and I think I'll do a lot more of the stuff that leans towards like I'm just making sure that our clients like talk to, booking things, getting things organized, making sure the outer elements are good to go, dates are scheduled, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's for like a gig project. But when it comes to the original content, there's a lot of, and then honestly on the original content too, we're sharing workloads, but sometimes it really only requires like one camera, and we're just doing multiple takes of certain shots. David will be in control of those.
Okay.
But when we're doing multi-camera setups, it's a team effort, and we're all kind of splitting those work of camera operation and stuff like that. And then I guess for the post-production process, I'll take care of like promotional content, so that'll include a lot of like photo editing, thumbnails and stuff like that. And then David, well, actually, we have a really cool process right now where like David will go ahead and get the shots cut, and then I'll just take care of like we call it the CG, all the text that gets laid over afterwards. That way I can just like, because I am a little nitpicky about that stuff, so it's better for me to just kind of put it exactly where it needs to be than kind of hovering over David's shoulder over that. That takes more time than just me doing it.
Yeah.
So there's a really cool pipeline of like where because when he's cutting the shot primarily, like so long as I'm on my shit, I can be getting all the photo shoots done. You know?
So you guys have a pretty smooth you guys run pretty smoothly at this point.
Oh, absolutely. And then now a lot of our stuff does include audio, especially with Midnight. We take care of the audio for the pod so far, but at any point when we get tied more integrated with Sean across all of our series, I have a feeling Sean will just take care of the audio here as well. And that too, like our audio is always A game, especially with Midnight, because we have somebody who's so focused on that skill. So it's a really well put together team, you know.
That's dope, man.
But Sean came around by season 4. You know what I mean? Not to say that the previous engineers we had weren't doing the job right, but for outside like reasons outside, we weren't able to continue that teamwork. But Sean, I think Sean's like, we've already broken a lot of those. The risk that comes in with any new teammate, I think we've already kind of overcome those a long time ago. Not even that they needed to be overcome. We kind of just realized, oh, we don't got to deal with that with Sean.
Yeah.
It's a whole different vibe. It just
already
clicked,
established
dude. It
and all
clicked
that.
like crazy, bro.
That's what's up, man.
So that's kind of how the work gets split. Pretty chill, you know?
So if you don't mind me asking, is there about this music video with this artist? What's the concept? I mean, can you talk about that or?
I think the concept is like romance based, a relationship.
Yeah.
And I think there's some distance involved to relationships. So it's cool though, because these guys have some character to them. So they're being very creative and very flavorful, especially to their brand, to their sound, with how they want to approach the setting, you know?
Yeah.
One person's here, another person's here, so that distance is created. But like just the dynamic of differences, you know? Like they're in different parts of the world, so the setting that they're in like calls for it. And I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. At least one side, because honestly, there's some freedom there for us to kind of have some fun and see how we're gonna create. I think half of the shoot.
Nice.
The other half is very tight knit based on their script, so we're gonna try to just do justice by that. I think that's the best approach for something like that. The tighter a script somebody can provide us, like that's great, bro. Like that's helping us, you know, fulfill someone else's vision. When you try to leave like vision up to somebody else, or when somebody tries to give a vision of theirs in the hands of somebody else on the outside, I think it's, oh man, dude, that could go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not that we wouldn't take that with grace, but there's a lot more pressure behind that, and the resources that we need become a lot larger too.
If you guys need any models or actors, I mean, I've been hitting the gym, so
Hell yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for my breakout role.
Dude, actually, I think there might be opportunities there where we might need to. I think there's gonna be some scenes in there where we might need to put together some extras. You know, so we might need extras.
We'll
I
be
got
down,
experience, dude. I'll show you my resume. I was in a Paul Thomas Anderson film not too long ago.
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
very good at
that's right.
standing. At sitting.
Standing.
You might need to brawl out. You might need to brawl out for these.
Don't look at the camera. Oh fuck.
That was one thing that they did during the shoot, man. So they had, I don't know what the technical name is, but there were people that would walk to us, to our station, and they'll be like, okay, they're going to be doing this, this, and that. I need you guys to just, like, pretend you're doing this. They kind of give us a sort of direction. And they would be like, just don't look at the camera. The camera's going to roll behind you. And every time, dude, I'd be like, fuck. Fuck. Don't look at the camera.
That's funny.
But you can't help it, man. You can't help it.
Nah, fuck no. I get what you mean, like 100%.
Yeah.
I haven't really had too many acting opportunities though, but I think I'd be a great actor. But
Yeah.
I would have to get over those kinks of like, fuck man, I looked at the camera, or like,
There's people
forgetting a
looking at me.
line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like not being able to improvise, being too robotic. Just those like early things that you got to like shape up.
I'd be like Jim from The Office, just looking at the camera every time and just like smirking.
You asked earlier, or you guys asked earlier if like we have any intentions of making film, and it's crazy, bro. Like that's a whole can of worms of just like, oh, we got plans, bro.
Yeah.
Like not even just in the space of film, TV, like a lot of stuff, dude. Like, and I think that's where it comes from. Like that's where our quality and output comes from with the pod and with Midnight, is because that's where we originally come from when we're creatively trying to film things.
I mean, yeah, you could tell, dude, because like it looks beautiful.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
your
thank
shots look beautiful, dude, and it's like, you could tell, like, okay, what else can we do with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's definitely a thirst there to do something else, film, TV, whatever.
you. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, man. So let's see, guys. How far do you guys envision the project? Not that you guys see it at an end, but when people come up with plans and as projects develop, you start to create 5-year plans, 2-year plans. How far have you guys gotten along in your own plans on this?
100 billion subscribers, dude. That's what we say all the time.
What's your guys', because you guys are trying to hit 500 now,
Yeah,
but it doesn't
yeah.
stop. You're going to continue left. What are some of those goals that you aren't really looking past yet? Because it's like, dude, if we look any further past, nothing's going to get done. Like, we can look ahead, we could set some target goals, some really big ones. But then after that, it's like tuck it away and get to and then live each day and like work towards it. So how far do you guys honestly? 100 billion subscribers.
100 billion
fuck it.
subscribers, dog. That's there's not even 100 billion people, but fuck
Yeah.
it. That's
I think realistically a goal for me would be to make this my full-time job, just to make a living off of it. I know it's a long shot and it's a long process to get monetized, and you can do sponsorships and stuff like that. There's ways around it, but even beyond the podcast, like I said, I want to get into film. I want to get photography, something that I've picked up recently, and
That's right.
I'm really loving that, man. I've been going hard on my picks, so if anybody needs some picks for your OF, let me know.
Hit up the boy.
Yeah. Just kidding. I don't do those.
well, you could though.
I mean, technically. But yeah, no, man, just seeing where this project goes. When I first started, and I didn't think much of it other than just like I want to start a podcast. And now it's become something more. It's become something, it's part of the community, and there's opportunities with that. For example, one of the things now that we got going on, there's this West Valley Angel Fund event going on for one of our boys, Rick, who's struggling with cancer, and it's happening September 14th. I don't know if this will release by then, but yeah, it's a big event, and we've gotten the opportunity to help, push that, and we're gonna do an episode with the West Valley Fire Department, just to talk about it and promote it, and it's past just the podcast, where we can actually make a difference in the community, which is really cool, man. And if we get to do more things like that, then I think that's far more rewarding than 1 billion subscribers, which would be cool, not gonna lie, but we get to actually impact people, which is cool.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you feel like this interest in integrating into your community comes from the pod, or have you already had that interest and the pod has kind of been your tool now to do that?
The pod has become the tool because the interest has always been there, and it comes with the small town mentality.
Okay, for sure.
Like we are so, and I think we all knew this, and I think that's why we all just get along so well. Like we are part of this really small town that we all know each other, and I've seen it. I've seen it happen before where the town rallies. Unfortunately, it's usually through tragedy. And what made me realize this was when one of those things that I talked about earlier was that my mom passed at the end of 2022. And that's when my community, my people, they rallied and they helped us out. We started a GoFundMe, and we were able to cover all the expenses, and it was all people that I knew, like from the community of Anthony. So that was that moment where I realized like this is powerful, and we can do something about it. But yeah, pretty much that.
Hell yeah.
Shit got deep. Sorry, shit got real deep.
Shit, man.
Agreed. 100 billion subscribers.
100 billion subscribers.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, man, A-Town Talk, my boys.
Groovy Smokes.
Groovy Smokes. David,
Smoke.
it's good to meet you, man.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where can people find you guys at? Where are you guys fully available? We're only on like the 3 major ones. So where can people find A-Town Talk?
We're on 2 out of 3. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram. We're also on TikTok. Sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Is the TikTok the same as the IG? The A_town_talk?
Shit, I don't even know. You know, I don't even have TikTok downloaded. So that's why Rawlie, prior to Rawlie, my niece was running our TikTok account.
Yeah, so I kind of just took over that. It's at A_town_talk.
Yeah, it's the same. Cool. It's the same
yeah,
as Instagram.
Same.
You probably shouldn't download TikTok, dude. Fuck that shit.
It just rots your brain.
Yes, dude. Fuck.
Slot machines.
For real,
Talked
bro.
about it in episode 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Yeah, man.
yeah, dude.
But follow us on YouTube and Spotify's and Instagram. We're most active. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, dude.
My boys. Hey, man.
Good shit.
That's how we do it over here at the HQ, boys. Legends only in the building. A-Town. Normally, I just do that in one shot, but thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for coming through,
Thank you
bro.
for having us,
Yeah.
man.
Hell yeah,
Pleasure.
man.
Appreciate it.
Dude, it's supposed to be dogs barking, but we haven't uploaded it yet. we gotta input it into the thing.
Do you want us to bark for you?
We'll do it.
Like a pig, man.
Dude, we should just be getting the rest of our guests to just bark so we can add it for volume 3.
Do your pig squeal, Rawlie.
Yeah.
Rawlie does a mad pig squeal, dude.
Just throw it in there. People will be like, what
Ready?
the fuck?
Should I?
I was waiting.
Do it.
Do it. What the fuck was that? Just throw that in the mix. Throw it in the mix.
Oh, it'll be in there. We'll throw some reverb on it. Hey, man, that's what we do over here at the HQ, boys. Legends only in the building. Make sure you guys keep showing love to the channel, dude. Whatever you guys are doing to show love or whatever platform you guys find us on, keep up with all of our updates on the latest at MF Pearl on Instagram. You can watch all of our full episodes on YouTube. You can also find them at mfpearl.com. But if you are listening to this on your favorite streaming platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, make sure that you guys go and show some love. Give it a rating. Share it. Save it. Whatever you guys can do to help the channel grow so that we can go and get this in front of more people's eyes. But, hey, dog, that's what we do over here. A-Town. Thank you guys once more.
Oh, yeah, brother. Thank you, man.
We'll have another round.
Let's do it.
Got a whole other 12-pack.
True.
Get it going. But thank you guys, man. It's an honor to go and talk more with other people that are accomplishing similar goals. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to share. And you guys are really 3 dope people. At some point, we'll meet Booby.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully, it doesn't pull you over or anything like that. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Man.
Be like, hey, I know you.
Ah,
Flashbacks. He's like,
I'm
no.
innocent, sir. I'm going to make you guys' episode private. I'm going to hit him with some threats. Try me, Booby. Nah, just kidding, man. Hey, man, but that's what we do over here every Wednesday. So we'll see you guys next time. Live at MFHQ. Yup.
Peace. Dude, that's such a dope painting, bro. For real.